Hello everyone, it's Kat and I'm back to conclude my sheet mask project pan. So if you are new here and you're just chiming in for the first time, the start of 2024, I decided I needed to use up my sheet masks. I had an accumulation of a lot of like full face sheet masks. I had like a foot mask. I had some sachets of mud mask, I had pore masks, I had a whole bunch of stuff that was just taking up too much room under my sink, and I'm like, I don't actually use these. Why do I have them? So this year was a year where I was planning on using them all up, and I have pretty much done that. Now, I don't remember exactly how many I had, and it was a bit iffy because I counted certain things like pimple patches, and then I didn't count things like exfoliating pads. I don't know, it got confusing. But I do think that there was probably around 150 masks in total, give or take. Again, that was a wide variety of types of masks, but predominantly full face masks and the sort of like eye patch masks. So I'm going to reflect on what I've used up since my last check-in. And also there's a bit of a twist. Breathe. So at the start of this project, you might remember I had 2 tubs full of masks. I had one that was all sheet masks and one that was like other things. Now, this is pretty much done. So in the last 6 to 8 weeks since my last check-in, this is how many masks I've used up. The only thing I have left kicking around in here. So these are by Secret Key, and they are the Blackout Pore 3-Step Nose Pack. Now this is a pack of 5. Now I really actually like this. I talked about this in a check-in not that long ago. I used 1. I have 4 left. Essentially it's a 3-phase. So you put on this sort of wet, like, it's like a nose mask that's supposed to help sort of like open your pores. Then you use the actual like blackhead stripping mask, and then you use one that sort of tightens the pores and closes everything up. I actually really like this. I didn't rush to use them up because I don't use nose pore packs very often, but these are probably my favorite style. And the reason being is I find the ones where you just wet and put on the pore packs and then pull out like the gunk in your nose. I used one by, I think, Biore earlier in the year, and I just found that it left my nose feeling really raw and sort of like itchy and aggravated. Whereas this step of like opening up the pores, taking out the gunk, and then sort of using something that was almost just like an under eye mask for your nose, it was a really pleasant experience. So I'm happy to keep these under my sink because they work well, and I don't want to rush them. So I don't need them often, so I'll just have this for when I do need them. Everything else I've used up. I even managed to use up my Pixie masks. So these are the eye masks. There's 30 pairs in here, and they're all gone. So this took me months to use them. I found myself using them sort of when I was just brushing my teeth. I'd be like, oh, put them on, brush my teeth, take them off, do my skincare. But I quite like that step. So that's something that I would incorporate into my routine. Since my last check-in, I used 7 full face sheet masks. Now, I don't know if I'll go through each of these in detail. This Maison one was okay, nothing too exciting. I did like these Tony Moly ones. This is the Revitalizing I'm Green Grape sheet mask. That was quite nice. It was pretty standard, but they were very, very thin and they stuck on really well. There's also a blueberry version of that, so I quite like that as well. This Sue Deep Sea Water one, I don't really remember it. Oh, I really liked the Mecca Cosmetica ones. I would have to say, after doing this whole project, there's 2 types of masks that I would go for. If I wanted to be a little bit bougie, I would use the Mecca Cosmetica ones because I've used 2 different varieties. This is the Hydrating Hydrogel Sheet Mask. In a previous month, I used one that had a shinier sort of packaging to it. I liked both of them. They're very, like, I felt like I had longer lasting effects. So this is one of those masks that if I had like a special occasion to go to, like if it was a wedding or getting ready for something like you want to look nice in photos, I would buy some of these because I really liked them. If I just wanted something to like hydrate and use occasionally, I would probably use the Tony Moly ones. They're a bit cheaper and I found that they worked really well. They were really comfortable. The effect was quite nice. And the price point's really good. I also really enjoyed the Toucher one. So this is a Luminous Dewy Skin Mask. This one had a really milky consistency to it. So instead of it being like a jelly, this was more like a milk. It was just very nice and hydrating, very bougie. And then I used the Pixi Glow Glycolic Acid one. I would prefer as well, reflecting on all these masks, the hydrating ones I think are better. These sort of more glycolic acid ones, I would prefer to just use a serum. So that's me. Another thing I went to use, and I thought this was a sheet mask. It's this. It's called Fig Femme, and it's the Restore pH Balanced Fragrance-Free Plant-Based Mask. Now, if you were to see that, what would you think it is? A sheet mask, right? No, it is skincare for down there. So it is a vagina area mask. I did not use it that way. I opened it up and I'm just going to put the TikTok on the screen. I was just about to put a sheet mask on and I picked up this one. Didn't read it. Unwrapping it. I'm like, what the fuck is, what's this? What's that? It's skincare for down there. I'm putting it on my neck. It is what it is. It's not going down there. Now, as you can see by that, I actually just use this as a neck mask because there's no way I'm going to use it. But that's interesting. And a few people asked, like, how did I come across this? I think this was in, I'm going to say, I think it was in a Yes Style advent calendar or something like that. So it wasn't something that I actually bought. I didn't go to the shops and go, ooh, sheet mask, and then get surprised that it was not for your face. Somehow this was in my stash and I never bought it. So this was an interesting surprise. I used up these Vital Vita 12 Shining Peel Pads. And this is by Tony Moly as well. This is just like a sampler pack. I think there might have been around 20-ish pads in here. I think the full tub has more like 50 or 60, I'm not too sure. But essentially these were those exfoliating pads so that you take one out, it's a little circle, you exfoliate your face. It's a little bit rough, so it's got a bit of a physical exfoliant to it, but it also has a chemical exfoliant. I didn't mind these. I think I overdid them because I was trying to use them up, but I used up one mud mask. This is the Kiehl's Rare Earth Deep Pore Cleansing Mask. This is just a little sachet sample. It did do a full face. It was fine. I don't like mud masks. I just feel like I can never really enjoy them. They sort of feel quite itchy and tight, and then they're a pain to remove. Yes, your skin can feel smooth afterwards, but I don't feel like it's a pleasant experience. I probably will only use a mud mask like once or twice a year. So I think having these sort of sachets, I know this was just like a sampler that I got in an order with something. This is a better format for me than a tube because I'll never use up a tube. In addition to the Pixi eye masks, I also used up 3 individual eye mask sachets. This is Patchology. This was fine. The main thing that was interesting about this is that the actual eye patches had like gold shimmer in them, which was kind of pretty, but they were fine. I really liked these two. So I've got Skin Iceland Hydro Cool Firming Eye Gels, and then these are Milk Makeup Cool Water Eye Patches. These were very similar types of eye masks and they're very different to what you usually expect. So you think of the ones that are like, they have the liquid and you put them on and they can slide down and slide around. These are not like that. These are, I decided to keep these ones to show you. These are like stickers. They're like foam jelly sort of stickers, and you peel them off. They're not at all wet. You stick them on, they stay on really, really well, and then they really cool the skin. Like all of a sudden, this area feels really cool. So both of these did that. They were really interesting, really good if you want to get rid of like puffiness. You could even keep these in the fridge and that'd be extra cool. But I think these are also great for like traveling, like if you're going on an airplane or whatnot, because these aren't wet. They won't leak in your bag. They won't cause a mess. They don't slide off. These are also good if you want to do like housework or work or anything, because they just stick to the skin and then they like, you can't get them off. So they're really good. I like both of these. I would definitely buy these if I wanted cooling eye patches, and I would keep them in the fridge so they're extra cool. These are really good. So I think that was a great success. I used up so many sheet masks. I cleared up a lot of space in my cupboard, and it was a great way to also see how I would use sheet masks in my daily life if I wanted to. I did actually have a few people ask me throughout this project, like, are you going to miss these? And I would say probably not. Like, I probably can live my life quite happily without sheet masks, but the thing that I would incorporate most in my daily life and that I do like are the eye masks, because I find them a lot easier to incorporate into my day. Like I said, you put them on, you're brushing your teeth, you're doing your hair, whatever, take them off, do your skincare, all good. So I do find that they're easier to incorporate. I also find that sometimes I get sort of like hollowness here and a bit of hydration to puff it up, I feel like is nice. And if I was going to continue using eye masks in my daily routine, I would buy them in the tub, like the Pixie one, where you get 30 pairs, so you're not dealing with all this sort of plastic all the time. It's just more economical. The other option would be these sort of ones that I would keep in the fridge and good for traveling. So they're sort of where I would be looking at replacing some of these. But Shyamalan twist time. I was going through my cupboards a few weeks ago and I was looking for a moisturizer. So I've got like one cupboard under my sink where I've just got a whole bunch of like boxes of random stuff, and I just go, oh, is that a moisturizer? Oh no, that's an oil. Okay, cool, let's keep looking. And I found not one, not two, but 3 tubs of eye masks. So this is 90 pairs of eye masks. So I thought I used them all up, but in reality, I had a secret stash that I thought were just moisturizers. So I have plenty of eye masks to last me a while. So I have enough to last me well until 2025. Even if I want to wear one every few days, I'm almost set. So yeah, I finished the project, but masks will be continuing in my life. So that's my conclusion. Thank you so much to everyone that's come along for the journey. I know a lot of you were talking about pulling out your sheet masks and at least going through them and decluttering some, or realizing let's start using them. So hopefully we'll all enter 2025 with less random masks under our sink. Let me know how your mask stash is going in the comments section down below. And a big thank you to my members for supporting my channel. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.